So last episode, I had a beat dropped on me. That's right, they dropped the beat. I had to wear a Christmas outfit and I had to say ho 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 a few random times. Well, today we get to find someone else to drop the beat on. And you guys suggested in the comments what we should do. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick one of those. And we're going to, use that on somebody that potentially might be AFKing today. And along with that, we're going to get some other stuff done because I have a few things on the docket list for today. Before we move on to who we're actually going to drop the beat on, I do need to get back here. Let's get into my storage room. This is where I've been AFK fishing for just a little bit. I really only AFK fished for maybe 4 or 5 hours, but the amount of stuff that we got from just that short amount of time was crazy. Even to getting this fishing rod right here, which I just combined in an anvil. This is what I've been using for all the fishing. Absolutely ridiculous. This is just insane. And we have multiple chests full of just items, all kinds of good stuff. Tripwire hooks. I mean, we have name tags, so many name tags, cod, salmon, just all kinds of good stuff, which, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. Now, I needed some fish because of course, I need some food. I'm kind of empty on food. So let's head out here. And also let's talk about our sheep farm. This thing is officially AFK done. I don't really need AFK anymore at this point. Especially for this thing. It's kind of ridiculous. We have all the shulker boxes full. I have these full chests completely done. As soon as the shears wear out on these guys, they're going to stop producing. These things have, I mean, there's so much wool. This farm right here is producing this wool at a tremendous rate, way faster than I was expecting it to. So it's doing really well. By the way, if my voice sounds a little bit different today, I am still sick and actually at the stage where your voice starts to get really hoarse is kind of where I'm at right now. So please forgive my my voice. I'm still trying to push these videos out for you guys because I know you guys want this content. So anyways, let's get on with what we're going to do and who we're going to go after. I think we're going to go after Catherine, but she's not always online and gets on very rarely. So we're going to have to come up with a better solution. And I think using a dropper and a pressure plate is probably going to be the best way to get the beat on her. And then figuring out what we want to do. I think I have an idea. Some of you guys mentioned in the comments about setting up or getting a bunch of llamas and turning the llamas into reindeer. Well, I have a better idea. How about instead making it a little bit easier, a little bit more doable, getting a single reindeer or getting a single llama and turning that llama by name tagging it into Rudolph. And so that way we'll have Rudolph the red-nosed llama floating around the server randomly, and that'll have to be tied up somewhere and she'll have to keep it in her base. So I think that'll be a good plan. So what we have to do is break this guy. Let's take the book out of here. I'm going to have to change some of the stuff in the book to say that. And then we also need to set up a place that where we could drop the beat. I think that's going to be potentially the easiest way to do this. And I think I might even make it a little bit weirder. So that way the beat never touches the ground. I'm going to drop it into a hopper. The hopper's going to put it into the dispenser. So that way, technically, I'm not dropping the beats and it shouldn't hit the ground. It should go straight into the inventory. And I can do a little bit of testing. So here inside my redstone chest, I do have a dropper and I do have a pressure plate. So if I place the dropper, let's just say right here, I'm not going to use this kind of pressure plate, but I am going to use a pressure plate. And say we put apples in it. If I even run over it, it goes directly in my inventory. It's immediate. I did try a couple of other things to see if that would work. Nothing works better than this. So I think this is going to be how we get the thing in our inventory. I will, however, need to get a birch tree, which is right over here. Look at that. I can grab some birch, put some birch on us, because I am going to need to make a birch pressure plate. I think that's going to be the best way to disguise this thing. That way, yeah, I can get it inside of her inventory. So we need to head over to Catherine's base. This is going to be pretty much what I did. I already got the book set up. Everything's ready to go. We just need to hop on over there and fly to the base. Now, flying over there it kind of goes in this direction. I've kind of got the path sort of trekked exactly out, which is the exact way we needed to go. I've been flying back and forth this route several times now, and I have this thing pretty well mapped out. I mean, I love these caves here. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at these cave formations, and just I would really love to do something with them, but I don't know yet. But as you can see right here, there's a lot of stuff going on. Look at this big old tree area. But this right here, let's check our wool farm real quick. I actually haven't done that in a little bit. Let's see. Uh-oh. Whoa, we got a whole army after us. I do not want to trigger those guys. Ooh, we got 2 cells. So 8 stacks have been taken in total. It looks like a bunch of different colors. Super awesome. We've already made a little bit of profit. And some people were saying, by the way, I did fix the sign, as you can see. Ah, no donations. Those guys are asking for it. Like, I do not want to mess with those guys. Especially here, where we do have villagers, technically. But this right here is Catherine's base. And over here is our wool farm. So, where do we want to put this? Do we want to put it, like, inside here, where when she walks in, it triggers it? Or do we want to make it where she walks over the bridge, it triggers it? Or walks into her sheep farm over here, triggers it? Man, so many questions. Like, I was thinking maybe put it here, but that wouldn't work. Or put it here, but what if she walks over here instead of walks here and it doesn't trigger it? But I mean, I would assume that it would trigger here. That is so tickety. Ticky. I would think that this would be the best place right here, because it'd be so hard not to trigger that pressure plate. Right here. Like walking up this. Like you would have to trigger that. So, what we need to do is, I'm going to go ahead and break this. And place a hopper. Break that. And then what we're going to do is get our dropper. Place it right here. Cover it with the pressure plates. I'm going to do a couple tests with apples first. Place the apples in there. And if we just walk. We get it. So that should work. It should be hidden. And she might actually be AFK'd in here. So whenever she goes to get out, bam, there it goes. And the book basically says, for the next video, you must find a llama and name it Rudolph. You will have to forever call it Rudolph the Red-Nosed Llama. So one of the main goals that I wanted to also get done today is moving villagers to my base, or at least trying to get some villagers near my base. I want to actually provide a refuge for some villagers and start the breeding process, because having villagers is a beautiful thing. It allows for a lot of different opportunities in Minecraft. So I have the coordinates of where a actual village is, and here is my portal. As you can see, I'm mining this direction, and of course, to link a portal, you need to link it from the nether to the overworld. You cannot link from the overworld to the nether, so we have to go in this direction. And I'm looking for 151 on the Z coordinate. On the X is -96. So I need to travel in this direction a little bit. I already have the 96 down, which is fine, but I need to go to the positive 151, which is probably going to push me over the lava, which is going to be an issue. But I think I'll be able to get through it. I just have to do a little bit of bridge building and keeping myself at a distance from some ghasts. So the process is going to begin. This is the bridge I sort of built here, and it kind of leads off the bottom. I wanted to be closer to lava because I feel safer instead of just floating above it. So I'm going to need a few different things to get this started. Let's go ahead and get our rail system set up. And this is going to be a circle rail. This is kind of how I like to build it. And then I lead it off like this, so I can get a rail cart placed right here, and get this thing spinning, and it's ready to go. Whenever we get a village over. Now, I do need to trap a villager. And so what I'll do with that is get the stone here. And we'll just build a 2-high wall up like this. And that should be plenty to keep the villager in this area here. Because I do not want this villager to roam anywhere other than exactly where I want it to be. And having this one hole blocked here is going to allow for me to get it in the minecart, and kind of break this and get it just going a little bit off on the rail system here. And this is how I like to move villagers. So let's go ahead and head to the village and hope that everything is going to be okay on the other side. That is key here. All right. Oh, perfect. And we have villagers just waiting for us. Look at this. They are just ready to go already. Look at that. And we got... Oh. I didn't actually want him to go through. That's not good. Yeah, we'll just let that happen. We'll just yeah, we'll let that happen. That's a thing. I didn't do that, so I'm okay. Right? Just as long as he doesn't hit me. I do need this guy to be gone though. So already a random villager decided it was going to walk in, which isn't exactly what I wanted to happen, but is honestly just convenience, I guess, at this point. So let's go ahead and get this guy broken. There should have been another villager. I just kind of want to get a villager trapped in a boat for right now. So if this villager would move over here, thank you. And we'll leave it trapped in a boat there. Let's go ahead and head back in here because I did have a villager just randomly walk into the portal. It doesn't get easier than that. So we spin this around and look, you can see there, it is currently kind of trapped here. So if we get a rail, we can break this rail. If I can get it to stop moving. Actually, we probably need to just break out of here because that'll be a little bit easier. So what we can do is we can then break this rail and this rail. Connect this rail here. And then we have the ability to just get this guy rolling. And I'll just connect this rail system and I'm going to lead it into my portal. And we're going to do a system where, unfortunately, we may hit this guy. I don't really want to hit this guy, but we may end up hitting this guy, unfortunately. Now, getting him up here, we can also just push. You may think that pushing ain't going to work. Yeah, actually, pushing works pretty well, even going uphill. It's not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy probably placed up here. Well, right now it's in safety. These guys don't despawn, so we should be good. I just need to get this rail all the way over to my base, which is just right up this hill here. And I'm probably going to go through the back of the portal just to kind of avoid everything that is negative on this side. So once you get it to this point, we should be pretty good. All I have to do is break the rail that it's on, and then make sure that I have it trapped. I'm going to actually drop down one block because this can be kind of difficult. If you hit F3 and B, it shows the hitboxes, but of course I have shaders, so I can't really see them. So you got to kind of be careful where you hit it, because of course that can always happen. And yeah, now he's forever going to be stuck here. I want to get him through this portal though. It might take a little bit of time before he decides to walk through. So I finally managed to get both of these guys, both of our villagers, we only need 2 of them, into our portal and got them trapped in a boat. So what do I have to do from here? I'm probably going to go back in there, collect my rails up, and then I just need to basically make a rail system that gets these guys outside. Shouldn't be too difficult. I just got to get them. I can take them through boat, probably over here for the most part. Yeah, that should work. I can hop in the boat with them and carry them all the way over here. And then I need to set up a system to basically get them back out of our base. And then we're going to set up an area for them to breed. And we're going to make a auto villager breeder, which should work really well. So now that we have our villagers out in our open field area, I went ahead and made this fence here just to hold these guys in. And we need to actually set up a farm. So it shouldn't be pretty hard. It shouldn't be too hard. We need to find the center, which I believe is this block right here. Grab our water, place it in the center, and this is where the fun begins. To get these guys breeding, they do need a farm. As you can see right now, they are completely disconnected from what they were connected to before. They do require a block to connect to. That's why they are back to being just run-of-the-mill, regular old villagers. They don't have a skin or anything like that. So we need to give them a job to do, and I'm going to be turning them into farmers. So what I'm making here is just a farm for them to use, And this is probably the easiest way to get this to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a farm here, 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 and here. And then, of course, I'm going to do the same thing here and one here for right now. The rest is going to be beds. We need to get beds in here. But right now, let's go ahead and plant some carrots. You can see these guys already turned into the farmers. So let's plant some carrots. And of course, I'm going to get in here and bone mill a few of them later on, so I can just start getting the breeding process going. But we can go ahead and break these. I'm kind of scared to do this because I'm going to probably end up punching them. There we go. That's probably the safest way. I don't want to hit them because I want them to all be viable for good trades. There we go. Whew. First time I've done it without hitting them. So I have a double trap door here, or a double door. That just makes it a little bit easier. As you can see, here's the path I had to take them up through. Yeah, all I gotta do now is make some beds. So I need to clear out my inventory. Yeah, I got a lot of space to make room for. Let's get ourselves plenty of beds in here. There's gonna be so many beds. And I just like to place the beds like this. And they will use them. Now I do hear a zombie in here. Eventually this whole thing will get filled up with for one thing, villagers. And there'll be villagers that don't actually have a job. Also, I need to worry about that because them coming off these blocks... actually, you know what? We'll probably move these. They do end up breaking the crop down below sometimes. So I might actually just place these over here maybe. I just don't want them to get out. Actually, I'll place them... I can place them up on this wall here. How about we do this? We'll get rid of the stuff here. And yeah, we'll just... Oh, he still managed to break that, didn't it? And we'll place another one right here. Let's get over, villager. Perfect. They do like to huddle around these things, so I don't know. Eventually, I'll be able to break this, and we'll be able to move villagers around. But this actually works really well, and we'll have, as soon as these start growing, we'll have villagers in here before we even know it. I do need to want to place some torches down, just to give light to the area. And we should be good. Look at that. Ready to go. Already got a villager breeder going. Oh man. Things are going to go fast. These guys don't take any time at all. As soon as they have enough carrots, they'll start popping out babies. And we can probably speed up that operation with just a little bit of bone meal here. And getting ourselves a couple carrots on our own. So if you just throw a few of the stacks at these guys, so like if I throw this to this guy, maybe it'll pick it up. One of them will. There he goes. And then I throw a stack on you. There we go. They should mingle eventually. They'll eventually mingle. Ooh, and that guy trades emeralds for carrots. So yeah, eventually they'll start mingling. They do have more crops to break, of course. Look at that. They farm. They do all kinds of cool stuff. They plant. Really, really nice. But yeah, what I want to see, though, is them to kind of get the mingle on. That is my favorite part. So guys, I think giving them some time is going to be perfect. We're going to have villagers before we know it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also ring the notification bell and click that like button. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.